Let's bring the meeting in order and say the pledge. Sir.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Here.
Roberta.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
And you did that without a cheat sheet.
No, she hasn't.
I need a motion to approve minutes of last board meeting, last special board meeting, executive session, special executive session, finance report, and pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike.
Email.
I saw this
Huh?
and I
No.
fire, and I was like, what? No, I figured it out.
Okay,
Fire department.
according to this sheet, I'm supposed to fire a damn Pentecost.
It says
Fire
fire,
report.
Dan Pentecost.
Poor choice of words.
Go ahead, Dave. No, you-
Okay, you guys have everything on your tablets, so I'm just gonna go over the highlights because we've been extremely busy. We got a lot of things done. Last month, we ran 48 calls, 22 were EMS, the rest were legal burns, motor vehicle accidents. That's a total of 427 man hours were spent on those calls.
4,400.
4,027. We are applying for a state of Illinois small tool grant. This is up to $25,000. The application must be submitted at the end of next week. Sometimes we will listing on the grant, SCBA mask, Halligan tools, several battery operated tools, ventilation saw. The state has allocated limited funds for this program. It is very competitive. Several items that we did order have came in and are on the truck operational. We got engine 1 and engine 4 fixed. They're back in service. We have several upcoming events. Truck or treat this weekend at Grace Community Church. Then we'll be having a pancake breakfast on the 11th of next month. And I have some more quotes for you. We did more hose testing. And failed miserably again. It's same age hose as before. So I have a quote here for $13,798 to replace the hose and 2 nozzles that went bad. They're leaking severely.
Good news is the hose is cheaper. The hose is cheaper.
I asked about that and they said the price fluctuates. So that's good for us. It's a little cheaper than last time.
Need a motion?
I'll make a motion, purchase new hoses and nozzles.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Roberta.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike.
I have a second quote here for a ventilation saw. This is what we use for metal roofs, forcible entry. This is battery powered. It comes in at $3,400. We did order one in the previous meeting and there was a price difference. The one that we ordered that they messed up on was $1,605. So that did not get spent. It was approved before.
This is the wrong saw, so just replace or put it in the correct one this time.
Yeah, it was for a smaller saw.
I'll make the motion to approve the K-12 saw.
I'll second.
Bob.
Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Roberta.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah.
and we would like to surplus our old squad, because we got the new one, put it up for sealed bid. It has instructions right here.
Is there anything wrong with it?
Transmission acts up every once in a while.
But we're gonna have it as is,
Okay.
like we do all of our equipment. We're gonna put a minimum bid on.
What year is it? 13?
13.
Need a motion to surplus.
We need a minimum bid.
We need a
We
bid.
need a,
Hmm?
we need a minimum bid.
$600 minimum bid. I'll give you.
We got our minimum without.
Sure.
Yep,
You second.
I need a first.
I'll make a motion. Virgil has it under control till she wanted a minimum bid.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa. Yeah. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, if we don't get the minimum bid, what we gonna do with it?
We're gonna leave it up for another month or?
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Training.
Well, I was thinking extrication tool training.
I mean, it's ours, we can do with what we want,
Yep.
we have the title, so.
That is all you got?
That's it.
I just wanna say, Dan and Brian, coming from a former chairman of the fire committee, it's definitely not unnoticed, the hard work you guys have been putting in this last month. The report is amazing. I took time last night to read through it, and I really felt like I was at the station every day you guys were there. So thanks for keeping us in the loop. And, I mean, you guys got handed a gem of problems, but you guys are handling it with ease and taking care of the necessary things. So I appreciate it, and I know the rest of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll go with EMS.
Total Tilton dispatch calls were 61. We had 36 that were actually in Tilton, 22 day shift, 22 on night shift, all of them were covered. Total dropped on the second out calls would just be one. Tilton second out unit covered 5 second outs for Tilton and 1 second out for Danville. Total calls to Oakwood 5. Total request for mutual aid other than Oakwood was 20, we covered 18, only dropped 2 due to being busy on other calls of our own instead of total transfers. We do have the new cot for the new unit, it's already in there, ready to go. It goes tomorrow to get wrapped. So we should have it done next week or so.
Good.
Have that in service.
Thank you, Brandy.
Laura and I went out to the VA, met with their building department last week as
Yeah,
well.
Sam's getting you the-
Explained, you know, that every small unit, small town needed to get this stuff taken care of. They were very receptive. The lady, one of the ladies that actually went out that day for brain surgery. So she'll be back in roughly a month or two. So they're well aware that we need to get this stuff cleaned up and they're working on it and adding people to that particular department, so. And we were moving forward, slowly moving forward with that, but hopefully within the next 4 to 6 months, I hope for that to be.
Good. Anything else? Public Works.
Routine trash pickup while we go out of town, routine cleaning maintenance of buildings and restrooms, which we have shut the restrooms down for the season. Minus the trunk tree coming up, we'll open them back up, and then after that, they're done. Got the materials ordered for the pole barn ceiling, last board meeting. They should be arriving hopefully in a couple of weeks. Some of them are, some of the stuff are actually started showing up early. All the dump trucks have been tested and passed. Thank goodness. Been going through them all, getting them all prepped for this winter coming up. Televised the sanitary line on Ramp Road behind Dollar General for Tom to look after
future business. Got the sign installed for Songler Cemetery columbarium. Still been doing some factoring for KS and for the Amber Gap project. I got a call today that the Mack dump truck we ordered did make it off the line before the strike happened, and it arrived in Terre Haute and should be moving its way to Ron Equipment here very soon. Yes. He's supposed to give me an update next week on how soon they can have it. Once they get it, how soon they can turn it around, give it to us.
2 years in the making.
Turned in a quote from Kid Stuff Play Systems. It's the only company that can get the part for the playground at the ballpark. Kids damaged the slide beyond repair. The quote is for $3,008, and unfortunately, freight is outrageous on that slide.
It's half the price almost. Okay. Need a motion to replace the slide at the park for $3,008.
So moved.
Well, down here on the paper says $3,800.
That's $3,008.
Yeah, sure.
No, on this paper it says $3,800.
Hey, blame that on Lori, she's not here.
Oh, 800. Mine says 8.
No, this paper version has 800 on it. That's why it took me a second to look at that.
Not me.
Was that her, Cassie?
I'll second.
Yeah, you can't vote.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
That it, TJ?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Police Department, Bill.
For the month of September, we had 266 calls for service, officers made 9 arrests, 17 PMT tows for the month, 52 citations issued, 8 warnings. We wrote 18 ordinance violations were issued, 6 warnings were given out. Have up for your approval, 2 bids from Ron Equipment Company to outfit the 2 new cars that we approved, one being a light bar unit, one being a slick copper low profile unit. One bid's for $17,068, the other one's $16,683. So we need to get those approved when the cars get here to get them started.
Okay, I need a motion.
I'll second.
Already got one.
Oh, no.
We need a buzzer.
Well, I need a motion on the 17,000 start with.
I made it.
Yeah, Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa. Yes. Brian,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
And I'll make the motion for the 16,680.
I'll second. Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil, Vanessa. Yes. Brian,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
All right, also up for approval is a quote from Motorola Solutions for our body cameras. It's about 3 months out to get them. We have 14 months before there is law that we have to have them. So it's time to get started and get all the bugs worked out of the system. Requested 13 of them, which is a few extra in case we have breakdowns, along with batteries to go with them. They'll stay in the cars where they can automatically just change them out. For that, for the deployment and the subscription to the service annually for 5 years, the total would be $26,347.
Need a motion? I'll make a motion.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Brian,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
So what's the lead time on that?
On the body camera, they're saying 2 to 3 months.
I mean, are we gonna, we still got a year ago before we,
Right, but I want to get
so
it.
we're gonna go ahead and start getting it implemented before that.
Yes.
We can work the kinks out.
Yeah, we gotta get, well, the trouble we've had with just switching
Oh,
to
yeah,
one new camera and
So what happens is once the orders, hopefully they'll call it schedule a deployment date.
that I'll coordinate with them. If not, we'll get a deployment date, and that could be, last time for the server, it was like 3 months off.
I think it was 3 months.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully about the time we get them, hopefully we're getting them. Hopefully they don't wait until we get the cameras to set a deployment date. So hopefully we can, but like you said, 14 months, we can work out some kinks, hopefully if we have any.
I got one thing too, Mayor, for the police committee. The police committee and the entire board, congratulations to Carson on his 25 years of service with the Tilton Police Department.
You know how to make a guy turn red.
No, I like how he went, oh, yep, thank you. Chad, sewer department.
I was just gonna add that we did have a couple applications. We're gonna sit down next week and go through them. They are applications that have no police experience, but we have to start looking ahead because there are some openings in January. So if we have any acceptable candidates, we need to work that process, or the deadline for application is the middle of next month.
How much is the academy?
Depending on which one we can actually get in, the Macon County Academy, which has openings is around, I think it's 7,400 or 7,700. And
They're all very competitive.
the one down in Switch, like 6,400 or 6,500.
But keep in mind, though, if we do go this route, we do get them in pending completion of the academy and then field, extensive field training program. They probably won't be good to us till about August of next
Everything
year.
went smooth.
But with the rate and when we're going, we gotta start somewhere. I mean, we're just gonna keep getting behind, so.
I just, with putting them through the academy, that's kind of an expense. You know, I just would like to get some sort of assurance that they're gonna stay.
And we can work that out. But let's talk with the candidates first, even if that's the route we want to go. We can figure out. I don't know if we get with Lesnar, if there's an agreement that, you know, that we can have them sign that says that they're, you know, what they.
I forgot about talking to Dave about that Tuesday. Next court day, I'll talk to Dave Westman. So we're gonna
Contract or something.
contractual obligations we can commit them to.
Something, I mean, just,
Legally,
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously.
something that's binding.
That way, I understand your concerns.
I mean, I think we need to go that route. I just, you know, I hate seeing, you know, we get people through training and then they think the grass is greener somewhere else and then they go somewhere else. I'm not
Well, I
talking
mean,
about police
honestly, with the
department.
way I think the board has been good to the police department in allowing us to come up and pay and be competitive with the equipment we're getting and the way things are going, I think we have a much better chance of retaining the people we're getting than them
Yeah.
using us as a
Yeah.
stepping stone.
Well, and then the interview will tell all too. I mean, you can learn a lot by just the questions you ask to people
Sure,
and what their expectations are, I guess you will, with life.
and what their
So,
goals,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can get a good sense whether or not they're, and you can look at their previous work history too. Did they bounce a lot of jobs? And yeah, there's a red flag that they very well will go find a better and bigger place. So we don't
Absolutely.
use those skills to determine if that's even around.
That's all.
Okay, Chad.
This month we ran almost 7,000 feet of sewer line, a lot of it for KS Energy. We've had one complaint, been smelling anything, Virgil?
You what?
Been smelling anything down your area?
I never felt it start with it. Neighbors did. But no, I haven't had any more complaints. You checked that runaround.
Yeah, we ran all that.
You ran it, maybe there was something in it.
Yeah, we did found a manhole that they never poured the bottom in, so there was
Nobody said anything.
some things just staying put instead of going on down the line.
You did a good job, Chad.
So, sewer plant, progress meeting, kind of push things back a little bit. Waiting on some equipment that ain't come in. I know they started testing the clarifier today. Supposed to have it full of water by the weekend. So once that gets done, we'll be able to proceed. That'd be one big hurdle. So that's about all we got.
Okay,
And there's a resolution underneath for, sewer charges. And this is kind of in line what we talked about when we first started the sewer project. We're getting closer to where we need to be.
I thought we discussed around $50 when we started.
Well, we're getting up there. We're up to this will be
This one,
35.
About 47.
Well, average probably.
So
So
how many more increases are we projecting?
I would say one more at the most. If we need it, we'll have to see what our income is and see if it's going to make the payments that we have to make. We're still lower than a lot of communities.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it's started the day for it, so we don't have Congress and just so we all.
well, the biggest problem
We were
is,
like way down on the list and for municipalities.
well, the biggest problem
Look
is
at the
we
ordinance you passed before, I mean, the rate increases were to match your ongoing, your bond costs or your loan costs, plus there was some money in there to do additional maintenance, like sewer lining annually. So don't cut yourself short as you also continue to rip through these increases. I think you're gonna be able to do a lot more maintenance on your system as well.
Me and Cass have been, well, I did an amortization schedule. I had to estimate because I didn't know exactly what our payback amount would be, but I think with one more small increase, I think we'll be where we need to be, and it'll give us enough income to pay the loan and have some extra. We talked about that, remember last week?
As long as you don't have to buy any more street sweepers.
no, so we had no choice. This was pretty much almost mandated by the Illinois EPA, so
Well, we had to show
to
them.
show proof, show that we have a means of payback.
Mhm.
Well, the other part of the equation was you're supposed to have reserve funds in the calculation to replace the costs of, as things depreciate over time.
Well, we need a motion on resolution R 2023-1019, a resolution amending chapter 13.08, user charge for wastewater service, 13.08.010, wastewater service charge subsection 2.5.
Like you said.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Brenda,
Yeah.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
I don't use read that resolution one more time, twice as fast.
I go quicker. Now, instead of one.
Need to get the micro machines guy.
Brian, IT department.
Okay, so I did get back with AT&T, because about the getting internet over to the ballpark, because we had to make sure the address was official. There was miscommunication on my end. I thought the PSB and stuff would get back to us, that it's okay. I asked Tiffany, and she's like, no, once we send it to them, we're good. So we send that off to them so they can start getting a quote on what it's gonna take to get internet over there. We need a radio path study for the SCADA sewer system, since we aren't going on the tower over here behind Big R. So I got all the GPS points to the company doing the radio path study so that they can get us a quote on what it's gonna cost to come out and physically do, because they normally do it by map, sitting behind a computer. So that way we can make sure that we're gonna have everything we need, or what we need to get all the signals to the sewer plant. Diagnosis, Thomas Park sign, still on TV liquidators, get back to me. They want me to swap a panel again one more time to make sure it's a panel before they send us another one. Worked with Motorola, the new camera system and lanes car working. Since it's a newer camera system than what we have in the other cars, there was some more work we had to do. So Motorola, I had to work with them for a couple days getting that done. We have a camera issue in one of the cars that me and Motorola are currently working on. I'm trying to figure out why in the mornings when it's cold, camera's not starting up. And I currently getting a quote on new cameras or phone system, which I have. And then everything else just normal, keeping the Facebook and everything up to date. So, let's see here. First thing, the community center, we had a little bit, I don't want to say security issue, but kind of, there's people that are able to come in and out the back door, because we used to have keys. We don't know who has keys, where all the keys are anymore. So We talked about rekeying it, but at that, then we gotta pass out more keys for some people to use the back door. So, I know a while ago, we'd asked Wagner to quote adding a fob to that, so we don't have to deal with a key anymore. So people can use the front door, back door if needed. So he gave me a quote to, add the proximity card reader and the cabling and everything, and then, because he's a tall feller, I told him I would get in the attic and help him run cables, so he doesn't have to try and do that. And then you'd also rekey the front and back door. So TJ will have like a master override key for that building, but then we know who's coming in at both front, back door, and his quote was for $2,040.
Any questions?
So you're gonna disconnect the fobs on the front door? Huh?
No, we're gonna leave that on there, but there's still a key you can use, just in case the fob system were to fail. But he said he has never seen a failure, but he said it's always good to install the key backup. And the problem is right now, the key that does the back door does the front door also. So,
So the same fobs we use here, we can.
yes, you'll still be able to, we're just basically adding another fob to the back door.
Okay. Need a motion on that?
Need a motion.
I'll make a motion to.
Second. Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa, yes, Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Next thing I have is obviously you guys have noticed, we've been using this, it's called an owl over here. The system we have over here is, we got it right before COVID. Started having some issues. I tried to update it, and some of the drivers we need to work properly with the microphones that we used to have that you were talking about, Virgil, the drivers aren't out there anymore. I've searched online for them, CBS has searched for them, that this system is end of life. So basically, if we need something, they don't make it anymore. So I have a quote to get a new system. This also uses Zoom, which we pay, I can't remember how much a year for our Zoom license. And we'll be moving over to Microsoft Teams, which we already have and use in the building for meetings and things. So a new system with a camera, the microphones, so we can hear everybody better, because this works, but like picking up Mike or picking up somebody down here, that microphone's not made for a big room. The system's made for a room our size. Basically, it's a replacement for what we already had. The price on that's $4,099.
Questions?
So it'd be individual mics for us?
No, there'll still be like the 3 mics that I set around the room. The individual mics, I did look into that, and the price goes way up when we start adding microphones for each individual person. And then you gotta remember to mute and unmute every time you wanna talk, and I figure the iPads are enough to deal with right now.
Can we add microphones in the future?
Yes, I think it said we can add up to 6 microphones, and it comes with 3, I believe, so we can add 3 more if we needed to. So if we really need to set one at the very end of the table, and
No, I was just asking if we decided 3 wasn't enough and we needed 5, if we could just add a couple.
it's basically like the system we have now, and the old system, I mean, it worked great on picking up the whole room.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, this one works, it's not designed for a room this big, it's made for a room in there for meetings, so.
Cool. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa, yes, Ryan.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
All right, next thing I have is the phone system here. The phone system we have, it's very complicated to try and use to change any settings. It's very complicated. I've got in the system and tried to change some settings. It's very confusing. Cass and Tiffany have tried. Tiffany probably knows a little bit more, but still it's confusing. So I talked to Ryan, what they were using at Carnegie's, and he kind of walked me through and told me what they have. So I reached out to AT&T and got a quote to replace our phone system we have now. For 11, 12 phones, it'll be $285 a month through AT&T. Right now, we're paying a lot more than that from all the phone lines we have in town, and we've actually cut back some today that we found out we're not needing anymore with the new sewer system upgrades. There's some phone lines we don't need anymore. And with this, we would have to purchase phones up front, 9 phones, and then 2 analog adapters, which makes our fax machines work. And after 90 days, we actually get a credit back after 90 days of paid service, we get a credit back for some of the equipment we purchase. So I don't even know what price to put on that, because with the credits and everything.
You said you're gonna install it, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna install it, so we don't need the $1,500 installation fee at the bottom that's optional. Ryan installed theirs at Carnegie's, and he said it's really easy, and what he showed me, it should be pretty simple for us to get done ourselves. We wouldn't even need the $1,500 installation fee.
So like our phone bill will be the same though?
It'll probably go down.
Well, I mean, we're still gonna be paying for the same numbers. You're just gonna
Yeah.
port them from, not even port them. You're just gonna plug in the new system.
Yeah, those phone numbers will still work.
I think we pay like $6 a month for our, we have 5 lines, we pay $6 a month for the phone numbers themselves.
I think sometimes I had a phone line stop for 6 months, so that.
I know, they were supposed to come fix it.
Well, and that's the beauty of this system is you're cutting the phone lines. These are not analog phone lines anymore. It's all
Right.
LED based. And so.
You're getting TJ one too, right?
Yes, TJ will have one on his desk, so his phone will work
And
again.
fire and ambulance?
Not at this time. I figured once we get everything figured out with the stations right now, we will
Okay.
go that route eventually.
It's easy, he can add,
Okay.
with approval, obviously, of the board, he can go onto the system and add right away. He can assign a user and they'll order the phone right
And
away.
it's
Sounds
just
good to me, man.
$20
It's
a
easier.
phone, so if the fire station gets one, it's only $20 a month for them to have a phone, whereas, you know, right now, if we try and get a copper line there, I don't know what those, we know it was $90 a month.
At least, yeah, plus taxes and everything.
Yeah, so I guarantee the phone bill itself, including all the lines that you have, and then I don't know what you pay for the Gibson system now. Do you
We don't-
pay Yearly or,
We pay yearly, it's like 2,300, I think.
yeah, so I mean, encompassing that, and I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be the same, but I guarantee it's the same, but that's even with him just saying that he got, would you say 3 or 4 disconnected today that were
Yeah.
not in use, so I mean, that's gonna cut the bill down right away.
Well, all of our numbers are through our fiber optic
Yeah,
and we signed a contract, so I don't know if it'll,
I think when I talked to AT&T about the sewer project, the guy
Uh-huh.
looked into our thing, I'm pretty sure he said we are out of contract now.
we are. Good.
So
Was it
that should-
AT&T fiber optic?
Yes.
So that shouldn't matter, it's there, you're not leaving AT&T, they should.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say there, it's okay, or she would even present it quickly,
Yeah,
because you
Awesome.
probably had to give her the phone number, didn't you?
no, she didn't ask for them. I just said we have bundled with our internet a section of.
Yeah, I
phone
mean,
numbers.
I'm gonna say the contract is with AT&T itself, there should be.
Okay, cool.
And like I said, what Ryan showed me on their end of ease of use of like, if somebody's on vacation, you can easily change the phone. You can forward phone number, there's so many things that our system might be able to do, but it's very complicated.
Well, that's gonna eliminate all that mess down in the basement.
Yeah,
Phone number stay the same,
yeah, yep,
so $265 a month.
285, 65 a month, and then the phones up front will be,
Well, and that's not gonna be, that 285 is not gonna be for a while, it'll be less than that, because you gotta apply, don't apply those credits monthly until you use them up, so. After the 90 days of service.
Thank you, Brian. That's gonna help us. It's gonna be really good, I think.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
hang on, I think that's everything I got.
City administrator, Julie.
Okay, me and Cass, Cass helped the auditors a lot, but we worked with the auditors a lot this month and I mean, I think we're doing even better. Like she's talking about taking some of our, some of the things that we had problems with in the past off now of our audit report that we have every year. It's just kind of a standard thing, but we've made enough changes where we have enough separation of duties that she thinks she can take this off now. And, you know, Cass is she's good at her job. Everybody is. But anyway, also we met with Vermillion Advantage about partnering with Vermillion Advantage and Danville for brownfield grants. We gave them 5 sites. I mean, you know,
This is California.
I rocked out in California.
You met with FEMA.
Yeah, I'm meeting with FEMA tomorrow, but I met with them again a while back and now I've got another meeting tomorrow. Oh, insurance. Okay, so we got two invoices here, but you're gonna have to scroll through the email to see the second one. So they said that this is the first year we've fallen in the category where we can have a minimum maximum contribution invoice or a regular invoice and just pay our fees, and we won't be responsible for anything else. I know this email is kind of lengthy, but if we go over 62,671, let's just take for example, in claims, then we have to start paying money back to them. And I think there's gonna be a few claims this year, and it just scares me a little bit to do something like that. Now, there's a chart she sent me.
Before you go, I mean, what claims are we thinking? I mean, what insurance is this?
This is our workers' comp and liability.
You think we're gonna have somebody get hurt? Or what do you-
No, I think that there's some claims in process that are gonna be paid out. So it'll be under our new year. And that's why I'm a little bit leery about doing the minimum maximum contribution, because it shows here, there's a chart,
Yeah, but that should, just because it was paid out in 24 doesn't mean that should fall under that claim structure. That claim was filed and the claim was already filed, correct?
yeah, but they still have to add it to our claim somewhere. And I think the year they pay it out, because they show us,
And that should be right. The claim started in 23, that would go, it would still be on the loss runs, but it should still be on, it should go, I'd do clarification.
okay, well, I mean, it'll save us, what was it, 90? So we always do the early payment option, pay it in full by November 17th. When's our next board meeting?
No, right there.
November 17th. So to get the 1% savings, we have to pay by November 17th, which is next month. If you guys want to have a committee meeting and talk about it a little bit more and get some clarification, I mean, there's a long email here that she kind of explains it, and I've got the charts in there because I didn't understand it.
Well, I guess my thing is I'd like to know if the claim is filed this year, and we need to know if it's gonna be counted against us as a claim or not.
I'll email her tomorrow.
That would be my thing. I mean, because if that's the case, then I don't see an issue going with it. Because I mean, I
So
think
it's-
we've made enough changes in the village and,
I mean, this is every year, this is, this is a bill that we have to
oh
pay.
yeah, excellent.
So it's either 92,410 or 102,438. And I think our maximum exposure would be about 10,000 extra over the 102,438 if our claims did exceed.
They exceed.
Mhm. So we can either save 10,000 up front or lose 20,000 in the back.
What do you think?
I'm scared to do the 91. Or, it's the first year we've been offered it because this is the first year that our premium qualifies, is what she told me.
Because in the past, we've always said,
We've always just done they never offered this to us before, and she talks about it in the email. She is, she said something in here about, this is our first year. I can't find it right now. Sorry, guys.
third paragraph, middle.
Thank you.
There's only 1 year, past 5.
Right.
So you think say it's 102?
Okay, so if Ryan's correct, I'll call and check about those claims. And if those claims are 23 claims and you think, and she thinks they won't go against us for 24, then I think we should go with the minimum maximum. But if they do, if they will go against us in 24, I think we should go with the regular.
So
Are you guys okay with doing that?
can we,
That's fine.
can we just approve the,
Based on what they say about the claims?
you know how we feel?
Yeah.
let Tiffany make the decision.
Can I ask, just one question, I ask, this has to do with workers' comp and so on, so forth. What's the average age of our people?
40,
So the ones that are-
I would say 40.
We haven't had. I mean, look at history of work comp cases, yeah, I know we got one, but. I mean,
Well, I think
do we have steady yearly, every year we have a work comp case?
Usually we do. We usually have a couple, like, I think we had 4 or 5. Because, but they were smaller ones, you know, it was just paying for medical bills and things like that. Now we're in a situation where it could be a bigger sum paid.
Yeah, you got a few of them.
And as your workforce gets older, the injury could, what could have been simple may turn into something major.
Yes.
So if that was the case and we went with the minimum, what's that gonna cost us if we?
It would cost us 20,000 extra rather than 10.
Versus just 10 now.
Mhm.
So basically.
I'll just make the motion, we stick with what we usually do. 103, is it the 103?
It's like 102 something, I'm sorry, because it was, yeah, 102, 438.80.
That's what we normally.
That's what we normally
I make the
do.
motion, that's what we do.
Oh, we make one start with it,
Fill it, and I fill it, back in a second.
whatever.
Okay, we just won't be covered. Just cover ourselves.
Sorry, Virgil, but I'm just sitting there thinking, I mean, you gotta base, you know, that kind of insurance, you gotta base it on age of your employees, so what?
So that makes sense. What the ballot bills?
Go. Get it?
Are you gonna second?
Yeah.
Okay, Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa, yes. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
You got anything else to?
No, I'm done.
That's it.
Thank you.
Anything special?
Chess.
I don't have anything special.
Hey,
Talked an awful lot tonight already.
What have you been doing for the past 2 weeks or before last week?
Great question.
oh,
The audit, pay all the dang bills.
Just to make sure employees were paid.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That's important.
Our audit went pretty quick this year. It was pretty good. She's organized.
And say my office is clean.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
mine's gotten better. You even admitted it today.
oh,
Thank you.
you were calling. You like that? Tom? Engineer?
Oh, okay. I got logged back on, so I guess I got one pay estimate for Curry Construction, just to give you a summary of percent complete. You all got a copy of the pay estimate, but it's, you do the math, we're basically 71% complete based on dollars spent. Pay estimate, pay application number 24, which is due $710,027.76. We need to approve that tonight. All right, I'll probably start to sign it.
I'll make a motion. I'll second the motion.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa. Yes. Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. So do you want to have any preliminary discussion before you get down to the RH? On the agenda, Billy?
Pardon?
Do you want to have any preliminary discussion before we get about start up the wastewater plant? Before we get down to the RH?
Yeah, probably.
Committee probably needs to look at,
You just want to wait?
yeah, we need to table that, because we never got the agreement, did we?
No, we got a $37,000 bill from work from 2017 today.
Oh, no, actually, we gotta do something because October's running out. So we gotta do something. We gotta either, we don't have no figures from ERH Enterprises on what they would be willing to stay with us until January or further than January. So.
Just,
The only thing I could come up with is if we could have a motion that upon receipt of John's proposal, VRH's proposal, that upon approval of the committee, that we accept the proposal of VRH to further run our sewer plant.
What are you gonna open ended?
Well, no, I'm
For
gonna-
safety's sake?
I'm not gonna open it, it's just the fact that we don't have nothing right now, our next
I
board
mean-
meeting.
Whatever they're proposing, leave it open, because we got no idea.
I don't know, we have no idea, but that's what I'm saying. It'll
Might be
go-
January, might be
Well,
February.
no, that's what I'm saying, it goes to committee. I'm saying we let the committee see the proposal, have the discussion, and decide whether they want it or not.
I'll make a motion to do that, that's fine. We gotta do something.
But we just we can't give them a blank check, you know what I'm saying? It has to go to somebody, so.
No,
does any of the board members have any questions as far as why?
Yeah, mine.
Okay. At our last meeting with Curry, he went over his complete list of his vendors and who he's been in communication with, who has gotten back to him on deliveries of equipment that has to be in place before we can do a partial startup. And some of his vendors are communicating back, some of them are saying, you know, we're not gonna be able to get you the equipment until maybe sometime in next month. But he doesn't feel entirely confident that they're telling the truth. So it's a matter of, you know, we get the right pieces in place so we can do a partial startup. And, you know, it's a health and safety issue as far as the old plant. And, you know, the people we hired, you know, to run the plant going forward, they're not trained on what's there. I mean, it's old stuff, and if it breaks down, they're not in a position, I don't believe, to deal with health and safety concerns if things can't be fixed in a timely manner.
It could be a large monetary problem too down the road for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a liability that,
Well, I imagine his new contract's gonna be a monetary problem for us.
well, everybody should negotiate good faith. I mean, he's done a good job for the village over the years, and he takes pride in his work. So that's the way you ought to, hopefully, everybody will approach it.
He'll probably take more pride in it now that he's got an opening to renegotiate. He'll probably take a lot of pride.
We'll see.
While we're discussing this, I'd also like to bring up, as of first part of November, we were supposed to also hire an operator for that plant. And I would suggest that the committee take a strong look at the fact being that the operator is not needed at the plant until January or later. So we may want to postpone the hiring of the operator.
His starting time anyway. His starting date anyway.
What if this stuff comes in quicker
Well then, quicker than what?
than what the Curry's expecting?
Well, you know, we've talked about this too. Chad's gonna have to get some, sewer bugs from Champaign Urbana Sanitary District to dump into his system, and those bugs don't necessarily like cold weather. So, you know, even if you attempt to do a startup, doesn't mean it's gonna be successful right away. It may take a while to get the plant seeded, so it can treat the waste. If we have a mild winter, you know, things would be more promising, but if we end up, you know, sub-zero weather for an extended period of time, into December, early January, it might be a problem. I don't know if you want to speak to that.
And just the colder the weather, the slower the bugs grow, so you gotta have your population to be able to clean up the waste.
Right.
So, you know, the goal was to hopefully in October, you're still in some decent weather, But with being able to get some of the equipment, they've had to push it back. But there's, you know, if they can't get the equipment in, I mean, they've been doing stuff that they would wanna do next year. Cause they're at a point where they can't go any farther until they get the equipment, but as soon as it comes in, they've got a lot of other stuff that's already wrapped up, buttoned up, ready to go. They're just waiting for some controls. I don't remember what all else, I know the big thing is some of the controls and for the equipment.
Getting heat in there is gonna be an issue as well. You know, I think Cameron's working on a proposal to run a gas main from here.
From the end of McVeigh, they're gonna run their gas main. The drive into the, basically turn right there and head up toward the sewer plant, and they're gonna split off. Do new gas for the maintenance building and gas for the sewer. If they can't get that in by middle of November, then they're gonna have to do something. We've gotta have heat in the two main buildings. So they're looking at converting everything over to propane for the time being. And that's gonna be a cost on us of $10,000. So we've been pushing him pretty hard trying to get the ball rolling on gas.
Hopefully we'll have that agreement, there'll be an agreement for you guys to approve at some point, and given that we need to get that approved quickly, you might have to have a special board meeting just to get that approved, or if you can do it administratively, we could do that. It's all part of the project cost. You know, we did budget some money, it is loan eligible, so it's a matter of when we get the estimate from Cameron, we need someone from the mayor needs to be able to sign it.
Do you have like a ballpark figure that we could approve up to?
30, would you say?
Yeah, they were talking around 24 grand, but he thought it may be less.
Can we just approve it up to a certain amount?
I just say 30.
Because we're gonna have to have it regardless.
Well, he come in here and talk to us about that gas line.
Yeah.
They actually put it out for bid, the KS is already doing all the gas work here in town. They're supposed to be getting back with them, so hopefully they'll be able just to pull the crew off, come down here, pop that line in, and away we go.
Maybe the fast one.
Suggest a number.
The gas line.
Gas line, sewer plant.
Probably
It's
30,000.
not on my list.
You think that's a good number, Tom, 30?
I think it's gonna be less than that, but
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, it was already around 24, you should be getting some of the paperwork.
Well, we want to come up with a number that we can approve tonight, so.
So, I mean, 30 should cover.
30 will cover it, should cover it.
Well, we'll start off, we'll need a motion.
We know what it's for. It's for the gas line being extended so it can get to the sewer plant. We have to have it regardless. I don't think if the cost, I don't think we can get it from anybody else. So whatever they say, we're gonna have to pay regardless.
It's correct, you're gonna write a check, probably to Ameren.
Yeah,
I need a motion to,
Hang on, because I still have to call roll for the other one. You guys moved on.
huh?
For the ERH, expected proposal.
Yeah, I need a motion.
I know, I got that. Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
I'll call John back tomorrow, and
okay.
we're having a committee meeting 26th. So we can,
Now you need a second on the other one.
Yes,
Now you need one for the gas line.
yes.
Take motion. I will. A second. You second.
Bob,
We go. Yes.
Scott.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Yes.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And also, the 2nd of November, they reserved some time, I don't know exactly what time they set, but they're gonna do a walk, that you guys do a walkthrough through the new plant.
Oh, 1 o'clock.
To the 1
Could
o'clock.
be-
What
could be
day?
That'd be the first Thursday. A regular meeting day before we do a regular business meeting. I thought it'd be a good time to do another walkthrough since a lot of work's been done. And anybody on this board,
November what?
Second.
Second?
It's Thursday.
if you want,
That's better.
At 1.
just show up and meet at their job shaders. And you can hear more about some of the problems he's having getting his vendors to give him reliable delivery dates. Sure, you can elaborate on that at the same time.
Have anything else, Tom? Jeff, you wanna bring up the hard words agreement?
Yeah, we finally got the Farnsworth Group agreement. This goes along with the enterprise zone. Me and Billy met with the city last week, and they are fine with this agreement. And they said they completely have a lot of faith, they have a lot of faith in the Farnsworth Group. They don't see us having any issues as long as we use them as the inspection group. And then we can move forward with the enterprise zone.
Need a motion to accept the agreement for hardwood for inspecting. The inspections are only for the enterprise zone.
And they will be charged to the developer, the fees will.
Just for the enterprise?
Yeah, this is not, we're not gonna be using them for house inspections or, all enterprise zone. This is all for enterprise.
Tax credits.
Well, thing of it is, they're not really a cheap group. What we're seeing is with the conversation we had with Danville, we see no pushback from Danville on the inspection these guys do. And that's what we was looking for, so they won't question it. So they can actually stop the job from continuing by questioning the inspections.
And they've worked with this group before too, and they feel confident that we won't have any issues with certain builders if they try to go too fast. Like it'll all be good.
You need a motion for that.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yes.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Mike.
This is the last thing we needed before we sign the agreement for the enterprise.
Yeah, okay.
And right now, it's probably be a good time, because we got, development wanting to get
Yeah.
started. As long as they don't turn dirt, they can get involved in the enterprise zone. Set trick or treating hours.
5 days, that's
I'll make a
no.
motion.
There's,
We just make that an ordinance every year. Seriously.
It'd just be easier.
Be a lot.
don't look at me, because I don't do trick or treat.
You don't go? Oh, son of a
I don't
gun.
do trick or treat ever since the one year we had off days of other communities, and I watched them pull up. They might as well brought a minibus,
Oh, yeah.
and they come pouring out. And you know they didn't live in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the email I sent out and told them to go to your house. You had the best candy.
No, I mean, you could watch them, they went from one spot to another spot to another spot to another spot. Them families ate candy for a month.
My grandma would ask them if they were from Tilton. If they said no, she'd say, well, I'm not giving you anything then. Go back to your own neighborhood. My grandma.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yeah.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
That was 5 to 8 on October 31st, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's already been people asking, police officers and stuff, so I just want to make sure, so I can make a post about it here in a minute.
Okay. Clerk,
We've been working on a program called ClearGov, which is a budgeting software. And me and Cass have had 4 or 5 webinars with them, trying to get all of our numbers to match theirs so that they can go into our QuickBooks and just download all of our information and it matches. So we're at the point now where I've actually gone in and created a digital book. And Cass has been changing all the code numbers so they match what ClearGov has. And we've actually got a book. We've got to fill in some information and I might need some input from some people, but it looks really nice and there's charts, and once we have another web call next week. Yeah, Tuesday, and then we should be able to launch it. And there will be trainings in the future that I can forward to you guys, so you can get on there and see how we're doing, and every year you can look at our budget, and that's it.
So stay up to date real time.
No, well, okay, so yes, okay, so we put all this information into the computer. We can put long-term plans. So like I put like,
Say, some at the parks, say you want to add on to the concession stand, or you want to build another stage or something like that.
and you get like, so you'll look at the budget and the budget book, and like said before, you can start long-term plans. So like when we first started this, I put improvements for Thomas Park, and it asks, how long do you need for this to happen? And we put like 3 years, and it tells you how to like budget so that in 3 years, you should be good.
Money to be doing this.
Yes.
Magic.
There's a lot of really good, helpful information and I have a copy of it, but it's like 80 pages, so I only printed one, but if anybody'd like to look at it, they're more than welcome. What?
I got a few things for you to plug in the fire department.
Sure, okay.
We're gonna need to go into executive session, but before I ask for a motion, does anybody out from the public have anything? Okay, I need a motion to go into executive session.
Oh,
Second. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, Brian.
Yes.
Brian.
yeah.
Tiffany. All right, I got sewer, she got. How we doing, Ray?
Yes,
Bob,
yes.
he's got, Scott,
Yes.
We'll make some ticket.
Virgil,
You ran out of donuts.
Vanessa, yes. Brian,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Action, if need, okay, that would be 211 West Fifth Street. We've had the option to buy that property, to tear it down and help expand the park. And in executive session, everybody agreed on offering $50,000. We need to make a motion to send her that offer as a solid offer.
So,
Second.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil,
Yep.
Vanessa.
Yes.
Brian,
yes.
Mike. Okay.
She's still in executive session in here. We voted on the property on Tuesday.
Okay, 50, okay.
Do you want to?
Well, they're gonna talk about that at the committee meeting next
Or
week.
leave it for committee, okay.
Yes.
Hey, I'll just start going down the list here. Mike, got anything?
No.
Oh, wait a minute, let me go on the other end here.
So we got cleanup going on this Saturday over at Mach 1. So the balance of yours, 9 to 11, meeting over there. The trunk or treat thing is going on the 28th. Going on 4 to 7 at the park, chili, hot dogs, and all that, so praying for good weather. And then the last thing I have was the Thanksgiving, we talked about some Thanksgiving baskets. Ryan's been doing some of that, I believe, with bands that they have. So they come up with a list of items for the Thanksgiving basket, it's roughly about $25. I made a decision today that Toyota will sponsor the first 25 turkeys to go with their show. We've got 2 people so far that have.
Can we, are there gonna be lists where we can all donate things?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. So Danielle, Scott is Dan's other half, and she kind of came up with the idea, so we kind of let her run with it. She did the homework though, and minus the turkey, everything else is about just a little shy of $25. So there's a list of what you can do, what we would like to be donated, or somebody like me that doesn't want to go to the store, I just want to give you $25.
Right.
And so we'll collect monetary donations too, and then see what baskets we have available, how many we need, and then we can take those finances that we have, and raise, and go buy more baskets if we need to.
Who do you give the money to, Ryan? Who do you give the money to?
Us, the tag, and turning up airs for the tag organization.
Okay.
I know Danielle got approval, I don't know if it's this weekend or next weekend, she's gonna be set up at outside the county market there, taking donations, or they can go in and give them a animal list, they can buy the items, she's gonna work with the county market, to do that, so. I think she's plans on setting up, I think Grace Communities, I think she's gonna set up and do flyers there for the trunk and treat, and I think she's gonna set up our trunk and treat as well, that we have.
I wonder if county market could do the little bags like they do sometimes where everything's in it.
They do, they already have that going on, so I don't know if they want to do two, because theirs is like, that has the.
I gotcha.
Yeah. But she's been running with it, and then whatever we have left over, if we have money left over or whatever, then we just sort of roll that over for our food drive or next year's drive, so. But she's been, and then I do know that she wants to, not to steal Mike's thunder, but she does wants to piggyback on that. And Mike has talked in the past about doing a community garden, a couple places. And she's very interested in helping get that started, just because she lacks the yard space to do it, and she likes to garden, so she would like to, if we have some places around town where we could set up a community garden. She would help.
That's down low.
She'd like to help once we get into that season.
Is the Christmas dinner still gonna be second Sunday of December?
I think so.
So it's the second Tuesday of that week. Second Tuesday of that week. Yes.
You gotta have turkey donation for that.
Oh, yeah, we need to ask for those, yes.
Better start thinking about it.
Turkeys, board members are supposed to buy a turkey.
Who said that? Was that just taking over?
That's what we've always done with senior
I
dinner.
hate to tell you this, I make dressing.
I know you make
Okay, I
those.
made dressing, I mean,
We like your oyster dressing.
that,
I think it's regular.
that took a while.
12 to 14. I don't know what it was.
I like your current dressing.
12 to 14 pound,
I don't have anything else on.
12 to 14 pound turkey, 28 pound turkeys, take.
Myers, they get them on sale.
I'm gonna go shoot one. Bring it in.
I would appreciate you about 3 turkey breasts if we get the rest. That's what we buy, though.
I'd appreciate it if you had another, maybe you get the whole turkey, so.
Yeah. Do those cook, right?
What's that?
I'm trying to- Turkey breast.
We did Ryan, you got any? Mike, you
There we
got,
go.
you got anything, Ryan?
Yeah, real quick, so we finished off our summer, concert series at the park. And, you know, the first inaugural year for the concession stand. You know, the good thing about having our POS system, we had some flaws, some internet, Brian was, actually, I think they had our IT guy on site every event, so he was, thank you, Brian, for being there and stepping in to do that. But with running the reports, and keep in mind that there was some technical difficulties starting up, so not every item got put in, but we were just about $10,000 worth of sales, for the concession stand.
For the season.
For the season. So I mean, that, it averaged out. We had 8 events, we were scheduled for 9, I think. No, it was 8 scheduled for 8, 1 winged out. So roughly 7 events that we had up there that was used for. And the biggest selling item that we had was the premium meal, the hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dog, or Polish sausage. So, that was pretty, yeah, it worked out. And that was, roughly about 65% more.
I know, it's all good.
So, just wanted to give a little tidbit that it was a really successful year for me.
I'll tell you guys again, you guys did a great job this year.
But it wasn't just us, we had a great group of people that really stepped in, and, you know, the grill people, I mean, faithfully there every weekend, and it's not for the easy, I'll tell you, I mean, it's busy there. Especially if you can find, I mean, they're there, it got to the point that we were serving food out of the window at 4:30, you know? I mean, people were just eager to get there and get settled in and get their food.
Then hopefully, what you guys are talking about is gonna expand and be better next year.
Yes, that's the plan, and, we're gonna start talking about bands and stuff for next year.
I have an idea,
So,
Look at.
we need a hippie
Expand
vest.
on that a little bit. You know, look at comedy shows. I'd like to find something family oriented to gather the younger family out. We're getting our older crowd, which is fine, but to gather those younger ones to come out.
I'll be honest with you, Mike, I had that interview today at WITY, and I preached high heaven, and I told them I wasn't gonna take your thunder, but please bring all that up when you do that interview down there, because I didn't. One thing we talked about was dates for trick or treat and all that kind of stuff. I told them I wasn't gonna talk about any other stuff. I was gonna allow you to, because your group, you and your group and all the people involved did such a wonderful job. Virgil. No. This is Christmas dinner, I was like.
Let's wrap this up for a minute.
Yeah, you guys quit spending money. Quit spending money. I'll say that.
for the finance, Chairman.
Hey, that's all right, Brian. Don't let him kid you. He just now found out what them dollars were costing on the phone stations that weren't working.
Yeah, you're not calling insurance now.
I don't know if you heard that thud or not.
Hey, I'm saving you money.
We're gonna call you NBC bill.
Yeah.
I do, believe it or not, I do have one thing, if I get her back up here. Remain Advantage contact, actually Todd Lee did. The AutoZone team, I guess AutoZone's like everybody else, they have problems, getting people hired. And they were wanting to know if they could do a job fair out here either on a Saturday morning or a weekday evening. What do you guys think?
At City Hall.
Not there.
Well, it could be City Hall, it could be out to the community center. They just need a place where they can do it.
I think they could do it here better because then they could go into the conference room. If they want to do interviews, people could fill out applications. We'll just have to have somebody come and work that night and watch them.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was like, it was low T.
I just want to see how the board goes. Well, I want to see how the board goes.
Sounds good.
I've always got stuff I could be doing.
Okay, I'll give Todd
I
a
think they're
call
all fishing for a team.
and try to set something up. We'll find out first, we'll find out who wants to come in here and be here during,
Yeah, I don't.
and then we'll set up around their schedule.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Tiffany, did you get that one from Holly about
The TIP,
the meeting?
the joint review board meeting is Tuesday. At 1.
October 24th at 1 o'clock, but
Is-
they also need a public member at large.
Business owner.
And I'll be here and then, but anyway, if you guys want to come for that,
I'll get a business owner here. I'll call
It's
somebody.
posted on the website too,
Okay,
but yeah.
yeah,
okay.
I've talked enough.
I'm good.
A second.
Vanessa,
No,
come on, you gotta have something, don't
not yet.
you? Okay.
Give me a minute.
Anybody else got anything they want to bring up while we're here? I need a motion.
You did a good job talking tonight. so-
Hell
yeah.
Bring it around in the shell.
I make the motion, we.
Bob,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Virgil.
Yep.
Vanessa,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Mike.
You got that
I always
shot?
wanted to.
Oh, I